The Father says, so we can see that we have choices. We either have the righteous side or the not so righteous side in which to choose, and they're found in words. And ironic, you're either living in a good mannerism or not so good. See, we look at paradise, or we know the paradise. We look at sense or man's sense. We look at prophet or be a prophet of man. We look at being altered, stand up for the faith, or looking just to be changed. Do we wish to join a parish or perish away? Do we want to become a knight within shining armor, or do we want to live in the darkness? Do we want to be a pupil, or do we want to be in the black hole? Do we want to lead, or do we want to be led, or do we just want to go side by side and work together? Do we live in spirit, or do we lack the wealth of well-being? Do we use our temple to learn about the Father? Do we sit on a throne, or do we actually just go into the restroom and sit on that throne? Do we behave, or what we behave? Did we just hear, or did we truly listen? Were we a support, as is a step stool for someone to be able to reach something higher on themselves, or did we just live it a waste? It's Eden in need, and Daniel or denial. It's burden or burned yours incense. It's Santa Claus or Satan. It's to live vile or live or unveil. Live vile or unveil. To enter the nave, and I can also spell that to be vain, V-A-N-E, if I wanted to. You know, it's real simple. Logic, you know, seeing the abode, seeing that Zion is her is a hero, and heritage is her age. It's there. If you're just asking for something, it's one thing, but if you ask as in K-I-N God, then you're more asking like a king than you are just asking for something. There's one thing to ask, and it's another thing to be asking. There's a difference there. It's for all men, or it's for yourself. It's just that simple. You know, wisdom is realizing how dumb we are, and realizing we need to get together as a group and work together as a whole to make wise choices. We're a dragon, or we allow life just to drag on, so we can become that 7 heads, if you will, well-read dragon on the 7th day that's taken the battle scars of life but has followed the 10 commandments for the 10 crowns. You know, things like that can happen real easy. You know, we're the abode, we're a temple, we're a tabernacle. We are ram skin dyed red. We no longer butt heads with the theology of man. We know that things do not buy happiness. We know that things we already own, we look at. We say, I remember the day I bought it, and I also remember how I don't really care about it now. So I look out, and none of these houses or anything really matter. They're all identical to me because I only look at them in purpose only. Look at my house, it's purpose. Look at my car, it's purpose. Look at my clothes, it's purpose. Look at my brand new $20,000 diamond. Look at my $150 Zubik zirconia. I don't care. I just wanted a little sparkly, I guess, for whatever reason, but I don't admire it. I don't want you to admire it for me. I don't want you to compliment me on it. I don't want you to believe that my wealth or anything like that, which I don't have, but I'm just saying, when I used to be extremely wealthy, hell, I had money all my life. I've never had to want for anything. You see? So I'm not just talking about things from a perspective of, oh, you know, let's don't go after those because, you know, hey, if I can't get them, this is a good way of thinking. No, I've owned it all. I've owned it all. I've owned it all, and then I've owned it all twice. I've given away most of all it is. It's just ridiculous how much I've had. I've had more than a child that sits in a hut in whatever country will ever see. I had before the age of 4. So, you know, there does come a time where the Father says, I've given you everything you need in order to take the chill pill. And just go through life and realize, don't focus on, oh, look what he's got and he's got. Oh, if I only had that, I'd be happy. No, we all know that's not the truth. And therefore, when we know it's not the truth, I hate to say it this way, but it's about time we all grow up. Me included. I'm growing, so love me, hate me, do whatever you want. But if you ever fall down, dude, whoever you are, I'll pick you up. You can spit in my face, I'll still pick you up. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to love you and talk to you as long as you listen and just kind of learn something for yourself. Not listen to me, just listen to my thoughts of what I have in my mind based on what I've learned. You know, it's one thing to see all that psychical data, and you really do look in there. You'll find 150, 200 things that you just amazing how they link together. But then when it's all said and done, man, it's supposed to be real simple. You're seated at the right hand of the Father, so your left hand is what's left behind in Jesus Christ's abode. So here's the righteous side, and here's what's left behind, seated at the right hand of the Father. Just like he said, I'm with you, I'll never leave you. Well, here you are. So these are honest to goodness truths. And again, you know, does Father exist? Is there really an afterlife? Does this really, you know, just think of eternity, what you're going to receive, whatever that might be, if anything. But I'm just saying, think about it. You're going to fly through, let's say, this area or whatever Father's plans are, and it's going to be the same, but it's going to be, oh, it's so different now. It's just a perception thing that we deal with, and what that does is it just helps us to settle in and take notice that we're not as crazy over things. And man, just the peace of mind. I leave you peace, my peace I give you. Not a broomstick to fly around, not a holy roller, hominy where you can elevate things and turn water into wine type stuff, but you could turn wine into water if you realize that the things are just things and they only serve a purpose. They depreciate, they're worthless. They're worthless. Everything you have is worthless. It only serves a purpose. Only those you love are worth anything, and only those who love you. Not that everyone else is not worth something if they don't love you. I'm just saying that, you know, those are the things you appreciate. The person that is there for you and is smiling and you can talk to. But you got to come clean, you know. You got to be able to fess up. You got to be able to stand up. You got to be able to take your own punches in your psychological mind and know that you went to he, she, or it and stated your case, and whatever the case may be. You know, all I can tell you is that it's not going to be it's just his life, man. It's, you know, you go to Florida and sit in front of the ocean, it's true, but man, that sand is hot and it's hard to walk through. You get in there, it's salt water, things in water might get you. You go to your local pool and sit down next on that concrete, there's water right in front of you, there's the sunlight, and there's the other thing. And if, you know, if you're gawking at people, there's people everywhere. So there's no difference to me between Florida, where I used to live, in Clearwater. So I'm speaking from experience, and the sand and everything. I'd rather go right down there and just simply jump in the pool. You bring me to a golf match, I've been to those, and I watched the one guys off the tee box hitting the same spot, then onto the green-ish, and away they go. I could have sat at home in my air conditioning and watched every hole. Instead, I'd hear all the roars from other holes. I never got to see anything. Didn't make any sense to me. So just little things like that, when, you know, oh, they get to fly to Tahiti and watch the U.S. Open in person. Well, I get to sit here on my couch chilling at the Holiday Inn watching every hole, taping it, rewatch it. Didn't travel, and they didn't see anything I saw. Nothing. They missed everything. So I know that's more than enough for now, but, you know, at least it isn't that other stuff I've been throwing around. So hopefully somewhere in here, if just one little comment helps, that's all I'm after. I'm linking a whole bunch of ideas that hopefully just one or another helps anyone, any time of the life. That's why I'm putting this on this thing. So, love you, bless you. Father's with you. I and I, you're in or I. God bless.